Thanks for joining me in this comparison between the two Timberpro 62cc saws. So I have I'm going to call this the homeowner 62cc Timberpro. I'm going to call this one the professional 62cc Timberpro. So they both come with 20-inch bars. I think the steel on the professional one is just a little bit harder, so it won't wear out as quickly as the non-professional one. Neither have a replaceable tip on the end. Both of them have a grease hole that you can put grease to grease the sprocket. The professional one, they both come with 2 chains also, and the professional one comes with I think it's much better quality chain than the non-professional does. So I like that. Let's look at the front here. So the mufflers look pretty similar. 2 screws at the bottom, 2 screws in the middle. Same thing here, but there's 2 exhaust ports. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up or not. Yeah, sort of. There's 2 here. And then on the professional, there's only 1. This is painted here on the professional, and this one is not. I think they're both aluminum crankcases. So there's a big difference I can see from right here. This one has just 1 post for the chain brake, and this one has 2. This is a much better design. The ones that have 1, they tend to flop all around, and having 2, this one's sturdy, really sturdy. I took the bucking spike off of this one because this is my milling saw. This one might turn into the milling saw sometime, but they both come with the bucking spikes, and they're both chains are also the same, so you theoretically could take a chain off this one and put it on this one, as far as I remember. Let's go on to the front here. I like the recoil mechanism in this one. It has that assisted start, and I think this one does. It's not as pronounced, or I don't notice it as much on this saw than I do on this one. Same style latch system to get inside the air filter. You can see the air filter is a different color, and obviously the saws are, this is orange and this is red and black. But the air filters on both of the saws, both are the same. If I had to make one little suggestion, I would like to see a paper filter on the professional one. This style here, it's not the greatest, but it's, it works. What else? Oh, the handles. If I can get this on here. It's a little difficult doing this with one hand. There we go. The handles, this one seems to be far more sturdy and stronger than this one is. I don't know. I think these are still metal. Yeah, it looks sort of like metal. But you don't have the grippy stuff here. I know some people like these and some people don't, because here I can go from, cutting a log to felling a tree in just a quick switch or slide of the hand here, and these kind of get in the way, but some people like these. I mean, I don't really have a preference. They both work for me. Different gas and oil caps also, and this I think this is a better design. If you notice here, these are hollowed out and these are not, so I think that's a bit of a better design. Trying to think if there's anything else I forgot. Oh, another thing. So this saw runs on 25 to 1. is it? Was it in here? Yeah. 25-to-1 mix ratio. And this one, to start out with, is right at 40-to-1. If I can get my camera to focus. Come on. There we go. 40-to-1. So I generally run all of my stuff. Pretty much everything I have, I just run at 40-to-1, and that's just the ratio. My saw runs at 40-to-1. The big Timberpro, the professional one, runs at 40-to-1, and I even switched the yellow one over to 40-to-1. I have a backpack leaf blower. I'll probably just run that 40-to-1. I have a little 2-stroke Harbor Freight generator. It says 50, but I'll probably just run it at 40. So I like that it's a more common fuel mix ratio than 25-to-1 or 40-to-1. Both saws have the regular on-off switch. This saw here, since I was doing a lot of chainsaw milling, I had to replace the switch. This red part here just fell out, and I didn't really like that. I would like to see a little bit better switch on these, but I mean, this will work, you know, for if you're using this saw as a regular chainsaw where you're not using you're not turning it on and off and on and off, after every slab, because you're going through so much when you mill, so much gas when you mill, that this is on off on off on off, and this will be fine, but I would like to see like a metal switch. I know this doesn't fit here. I had to do some cutting and stuff around it, and it doesn't look the greatest, but it's functional, and that's sort of all I care about when the saw is down. I just want it to work. But anyways, both have the operator presence lever in the back. I think that's pretty standard stuff. This just has the regular plastic here, and this one here has a little bit of a rubber. It's a pretty hard rubber, but it's grippy, and I think I like this one better. But this is where the on-off switch was on here before, and I obviously moved it up here. Both have the choke, and they both click. I hope you can hear that. Click on. And then with a press of the throttle here, goes in, and then same thing here. Both have a primer bulb. I know some people don't like the primer bulb because some people say it's one more thing to go wrong. However, I like the primer bulb. It helps the saw start every time, and I haven't really had any problems with them. Now this orange saw here, I put about 7 maybe 8 gallons of gas through it in 30 hours. So that saw's gotten quite a bit of use. It still runs like the day I bought it. It still starts on the 4th pull religiously, and we haven't had any cool weather here lately for me to test this one out. I mean, like real cold. It's been like in the 40s and stuff. But I don't really expect this saw to be any different than this one, because it just starts every time, like 4th pulls every time, no matter if it's 0 degrees outside or 90. So I really, really like that. Whatever Timberpro has done to get this saws to start and stuff, to start consistently, they have it down pat. So I really, really like that. Coming around to this side, both of them still have the 2 bar bolts and a side tensioner, which is fine for me. Some saws have that little, it's like a lever that you pull up, or piece of plastic that you pull up, and it's a toolless bar adjustment. That's fine. My opinion is it's not as good as these. You know, this is tried and true. I had a bolt snap on the Chinese saw, one of these, and you just pull it out with a pair of vice grips and put it back, put a new one in, and you're off to go, off to the races. This saw does not have a decompression valve, and this one does. So you press this in to help it start easier, and it does. This saw has more compression than this one, and it is noticeable to me. So that decompression valve does make starting the saws easier. Both have the anti-vibration system, which works fine. I haven't had any problems with it. This saw had a problem with leaning out and stalling, and I don't think that was Timberpro's fault. I think all the manufacturers just buy the tank vents, which is like up in here somewhere inside, and I think it was a defective tank vent that caused this saw to lean out and stall. Whenever I was milling and even just using it, the RPMs would go way up high, and then it would just cut out and stall. So it was the tank vents, I think, were defective. It wasn't the saw itself. This saw here, you can see a little bit of it. It has, which I really, really like. Timberpro did a great job on this. This is the chainsaw scrunch, and I love having this thing here. It's with me every time. It is a fantastic option. If I'd have known that whenever I bought this one, I probably would have just bought this one. They both have they're pretty much come with the same accessories and stuff, you know, a carry bag, a tool holder and tool bag, and 2 chains, a scabbard, and I think that's it. If I forgot something, someone will correct me in the comments below. But looking at the bottom sides of the saw, both of the saws have an adjustable oiler, and this one is right in here, covered by a bunch of saw chips. And this one is right here, also covered by a bunch of sawdust, not chips. The adjustable oilers work fine. This saw here does leak bar and chain oil quite a bit. I mean, it's definitely less than my Chinese saw, so that's good. This one here, it really doesn't leak much bar and chain oil at all. This is what is left over from a couple months from it sitting in one spot. So, I mean, that's really not that bad. And I didn't really do a whole lot of cutting with it, so that might be some residual in where the clutch is. It's not that much, and you can see the Chinese saw, well, it's a lot more, and that's not even a full tank. I think I filled up these saws last time I used them. They both have the chain catch at the bottom. You know, if the chain were to come off and come down instead of up, they both have a chain catch. And trying to think if there's anything else I've missed. I'm not real sure. I don't think I have. So overall, the professional Timberpro is I've been happy with it so far, and I've been happy with both of them. They're pretty nice to have. You cannot beat the value that these saws have. I've mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. The Husqvarna and steel equivalents. I think the Husqvarna was like $550 to $600 or something, and the steel was like $750. No, is it $850? I think it was $850, something like that. And I paid $168.05 for this saw. They have gone up in price a little bit. I think they're maybe a little closer to $200 now. And then this one is around $200 also. So if you're in the market for a new chainsaw, I would probably pick this one, just because it has some better features and the decompression valve and the onboard tool storage, and I mean it's got a lot of things going for it. But I like both of them. They both serve their purpose, and they both run good and everything. So if I've forgotten anything, let me know down in the comments, and try to put it in the description. So I hope everyone has enjoyed this video. I'm sorry, I have wanted to make this video for, oh man, almost a month now. I've been so busy with work, and it's just I just haven't had the time to make this video, and it seems like every time I wanted to make it, it was either dark, which makes the video qualities not the greatest, and or it would be raining, and the barn we have here has a tin roof, and you're not going to even hear me. If I've forgotten anything, post it down in the comments. This is just right off the top of my head. So hope everyone enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.